Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Metallic Rouge, episode 10, in which we will probably make it to Venus. That would be my assumption. In the previous episode, a lot has happened. A lot has happened. A lot of new details, new information was revealed. First and foremost, Rouge fought Cyan and won, thanks to inverting her something or other and creating a matter-antimatter reaction and exploding, or something like that, or something along those lines. So now Rouge is, I believe, in Ash's apartment, laying in bed, which is kind of weird. Why would they put her there? But they did, and that's where she is. Next important thing is the rebels kidnapped John and are off to Venus to meet up with the Puppet Master and his merry troupe. So that's also something. They seem to be conspiring with each other. There we go. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, Naomi took Rouge to the visitor ship. Why did she do that? Well, because she has been created by the visitors. Naomi is... Why are you meowing? My cat probably wants attention right now, just as I sat down to record. Naomi is a neon created by the visitors who brought the neon technology to humans and lent it to them, or gave it to them, in exchange for Venus, right? The visitors, or what are they called? They have like a proper name. Neo-Acti... some stupid name like that. Exnoa is their name. Exnoa lost their world, their home world, and they wanted to find a new one, and they found a world in our solar system, Venus, that was close to being their perfect home, so they gave the neon technology to humans in exchange for humans using that neon technology to terraform, or Noah form, I guess you could say, Venus, so that they can live there in their real true forms, because right now they have some forms that evolved for interstellar travel. And the Yunoids, or as we better know them, not imposters. Not imposters, I always want to call them the imposters, but they are the something. They're not imposters. And if not imposters, then I should have it noted down somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, there's the visitors. The ex-Noah, yeah. And then there is the usurpers. Usurpers, that's right. The usurpers were probably the ones who destroyed the ex-Noah home planet, the Yunoids. Interesting that they get their name from Jupiter, if they have their origin outside of the solar system, isn't it? Right? You'd think that they would have another name alike to ex-Noah, but they don't. And ex-Noah claim that the Yunoids evolved for evil, which is... I don't know, doesn't feel right. There has to be some sort of a second, third, 15th layer to that, I would say. And perhaps ex-Noah are not quite as good as they claim to be. They treat neons as tools. I mean, that speaks volumes on its own, doesn't it? So there has to be something to that. They brought Rouge on board, or Naomi was tasked with bringing Rouge on board because Rouge has Code Eve that could free the neons, and they don't want Rouge to get into the hands of the Yunoids. and she's gonna be safest on the ex-Noah arc. But Rouge requests that she goes to Venus and try to fix things. Yuunoids don't stop her. They say that no, we cannot control individual decisions. We will not do that. So if you want to go, then go. No problem. Naomi also requests that. She is denied, but then she says, oh, here's the chart. Look at this graph. It shows that time off increases productivity. It's facts and logic. And they succumb to the facts and logic and give her a day off, a time off. And she uses that. She uses her vacation to go with Rouge to Venus anyway. They meet up with Ash, and someone else is also on board. I think it was Eden. Yeah, Eden Baruch. Right, Eden is a whole another story. They meet up with them on board of some interstellar starship thing, and they're gonna go to Venus. Eden Baruch, the one of the Immortal Nine, who doesn't like his Immortal Nine name, he would rather be called Eden. He was killed but not by Jill Sturgeon. His id was ripped out of his chest, but he still is out and about with a hole in his chest. How's that possible? I don't know. No other member of the Immortal Nine was able to function without their id, so I don't know. Another mystery. Maybe we will learn more about that in this episode. I mean, they're going to be traveling to Venus for some time, so we will probably have a chance to discuss it. And that's where we are. In today's episode, I expect us to perhaps make it to Venus, or maybe it's just going to be the travel, the journey there, and establishing the current state of affairs. Maybe. We'll see. Remains to be seen, of course. And to see that, you will need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm gonna have to ask you for support. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon, YouTube, down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 10 of Metallic Rouge in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, my headphones were disconnected. What's the difference? Yeah, better than I thought he would be as well. Yeah, fair. Mm-hmm. Probably yes. Probably no, but that's what you're gonna do anyway. Well, of course, she was kept inside of a civilian residential place. What did you expect is gonna happen? She could go anywhere. A weapons chest. Oh, hello, Cyan. She consumed the weapons. Friendly? Friendly. Okay, I guess she got switched in the head. Oh, could it be that meeting her antimatter with Rouge's matter or whatever the fuck was going on there imprinted Rouge on her, something like that? Probably some sort of an explanation along those lines. I really like this opening. I wasn't sold on it initially, but yeah, now I'm sold. Yeah, when are we gonna see the second henshin, I wonder? And the black hole. I mean, yeah, fair. It's a weapon against the Nians. And dehenshins them. And he's just randomly making pancakes on a billiard table. She's very Rouge-like, isn't she? Truly a sister. Yeah? No, she doesn't remember. Or, yeah, she treats it as playing. I can see that, actually. That's Roy Younghart's voice, I think, isn't it? Okay, so not the Puppet Master. Or is it? Nope, actually. Cat's out of the bag, yeah. Fasto. I mean, she's the first. That's what she is. What now? Yeah, but if you can control her, she's a incredible asset. And send her to Earth. I mean, that would work. Oh, random henshin. Oh, he's protecting his pancakes. Rouge, stop her. Okay. Let's play hide and seek. I know a good hiding spot. It's in the escape pod. Hmm. And a lot of killing. Right. A gear is broken, destroy the machine and rebuild it, versus a gear is broken, repair the gear. Oh? Roy? Or just a random human? Kinda, sorta. They provide technology, we provide Venus. Yeah, he looks like the Puppet Master. Why? They are very similar. Could it be that the Puppet Master is Roy? Or a clone, yeah. Yeah, let's not do that, lest she henshins again. And Eads. That's a nice sentiment, I gotta say. Yeah, technically kind of sort of brother, isn't he? What's underneath those cloches? Oh, chocolate. Sure. I was expecting human viscera, if I'm to be honest with you. Do you feel bad about killing them yet? Jean? Oh. Oh, right. Henshin. Or changing form or whatever. How do you know that? Okay, so that's how ripping out the id works. It's like your memories. Just disable your olfactory receptors. Fair. She really is a child, isn't she? Hmm. Okay. That was easy. Right, he did have a family. Or, well, does, technically. Oh, he's already forgetting. Jill? Because I don't like what they're doing. Family portrait. Do you, Naomi? What do you mean you can never have them? You can be the third sister. You can all live together in a, I don't know, little cottage by the lake or something. It's not out of the question. It's always playtime for you. I mean, it's a plan. We can't just go boom and bang. Mm-hmm. Yep. Kinda, sorta. Then he's also your big brother. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Naomi, maybe let's not antagonize her. I know that you can't help yourself, but let's maybe not do that. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest lesson here, isn't it? Yeah. Found family is family as well. Yeah, who is Naomi to you? A close friend. Or, sure, the best stranger. Fair. Who's the white-haired one? We haven't seen them, have we? Could it have been Cyan? Maybe? No. Yeah, that's the effect of losing your id. Your memories keep leaking out. Hmm. Interesting that she was the one who was against. Probably not, if I'm to be honest. Mm, what are they doing? Oh, they're sacrificing themselves for whatever reason. Oh, they're like using the Eads to create Code Eve, right? Yeah, something like that. And here the episode ends. Objects plural. Rockets, torpedoes, yeah. Cue the ending. Yeah, of course. That was predictable, wasn't it? Not sure what to think of this episode, honestly. It was interesting, sure. Uh, I guess it simply just sets the stage, doesn't it? Yeah, it just sets the stage for what is to come, for what is to happen, for the finale almost. Next episode is 11, and this is a 12 episode show? 13 episode show. Okay, so I guess we have a little bit more time than I thought. But yeah, this episode certainly seems like something that would just set the stage. Quarter century bones. Alright. Let's watch it again, shall we? Yes, we shall. And let's try to get something more out of it, perhaps. Where are you, Metallic Rouge? There you are. Not that much space left, but I have some space unused by Majo to Yajuu. Then again, Majo to Yajuu hasn't ended yet, so whatever. Okay. Yeah, surprising that he's still alive, really. Surprising because every other member of the Immortal Nine who got their id ripped out just died immediately. Meanwhile, he takes a good moment to do that, right? And it's not like he's even like growing weaker over time. He's just leaking memories. Interesting. For Noid's sake as well, yeah. Cyan has disappeared. Again, you were keeping her at a civilian apartment. And after Ash went with them, then she was only guarded by this dude, whoever the hell he is. And I don't think he would be able to stop Anian from leaving, even if he noticed that she was about to leave. She'd just knock him out unconscious, if not outright kill, and she would be gone anyway. What were they thinking? Just leaving her in a random bedroom, in a random flat. She slipped away, yep, and is now missing. And she's here instead of the anti-phaser with her personality having changed a little bit. Or it could be that in the moments that she attacked Rouge, that was her personality being changed, and this is her real personality. Could be. Could very well be. Toss the anti-phaser into the ocean. Of course, analyzes the frequency of the electromagnetic waves gladiators emit, and stops them, jams them, whatever, and he just makes pancakes, because why not? And I guess Cyan likes pancakes. I wanted to be with my sister, indeed, and she never tried to kill Rouge, she just wanted to play. Just got a voice in her head. Destroy Metallic Rouge. It kinda sounds like Roy Younghart. It doesn't sound like the Puppet Master. So I wonder whose voice. We don't know that. Not the voice of the one who made her. Which is very interesting, because if the Puppet Master made her, as we hear here, apparently like nobody. Yeah, it's not the Masked Man. So yeah, she was made by the Puppet Master, supposedly, but maybe not. She just mentions it wasn't the Puppet Master, so okay, I guess Naomi asks, was it the Puppet Master? Was it the voice of the one who made you? And Cyan replies, it was not the voice of the one who made you, who made me, it was not the voice of the puppet. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So her maker is the Puppet Master. Why though? And how, most importantly? I guess he... when Rouge was in his hands, he was kinda in... Yeah, there was that like moment where Rouge flickered into Cyan. Or was it Ava? Someone flickered into Cyan. So I guess it was Puppet Master like copying those memories and using them to create the memory of being Rouge's sister. Something along those lines, probably. Coffee stops working. Stops working? That's not the correct tense, is it? The coffee is stopping to coffee no work no more. The desire to play with her sister is part of her design, and that desire can then be corrupted, quote unquote, by switching it to, by play I mean kill. Maybe. The voice doesn't speak to all Neons. Naomi is a neon. She's the fasto. It might be reaching way too far, but fasto sounds very similar to fasto, as in Faust, Faust, the like, right? I'm probably reaching way too far with this, but just something that came to my mind. It sounds like she's the Faust, whatever that would entail. Cold equations things, just throw her out. And again, it's interesting, like, parallel to the general situation with neons in Cyan, right? If we give a free will to the neons, they might integrate into our society and they will be a good benefit, so it's cool. Or they could start, if we do it wrong, badly, they could start rampaging and killing humans and, you know, cause immense amounts of destruction and death. Same goes for Cyan. If we leave her be, she could be a great asset to us, sure, but she could also listen to the voice and start killing us. Right? Maybe. Maybe it's a parallel on purpose. Maybe I'm just, again, reaching too far into it. And she really doesn't like the name Faust. Fasto, does she? No, I don't wanna. Rebellious face indeed. I love how Ash just cares about his pancakes, nothing more. We can play. We can asobo. Altars have already taken this place. Revolution, emancipation. Yeah, a bloody revolution, probably. I really don't think that humans will willingly submit to being neon slaves. And again, we are entering the, like, cycle of oppression. That's exactly what they want to do. We were oppressed by humans, so now it's our turn to oppress the humans. And should humans raise up, you better pray that they want to break the cycle of oppression, because if they don't, then neons will be relegated to the role of slaves again. Someone has to break the cycle. That's the only way out of it. You can't make up for the years of oppression by oppressing your oppressors. It just doesn't work this way. And they really don't seem to see it. They really seem to be focused entirely and solely on revenge. Not on making the world a better place, just on vengeance. And the Puppet Master is not a usurper. I really honestly thought he is just a usurper. Taken human form for humanoid form for whatever reason. But no, he's a human, apparently. How does Jean know that? I don't know. He does. Humble showman. And the usurpers also wish to see the show that I orchestrate. So what's the goal here, really? What's the goal? I have no clue. The house we will live in together. Me and big sister go to school every day. My dad makes pancakes, runs a pancake shop. Yeah, we eat our dad's pancakes every day, and we live a happy family. Drawn in black crayon with traces of red, though. If a child were to draw something like that, they would be sent to a school psychologist immediately. So it's a happy memory, but portrayed in a fairly unhappy colors, which is interesting. Very interesting. Also, why do I get the feeling that we are setting up a tragedy? We absolutely are setting up a tragedy, aren't we? Cyan speaks so much about, oh, I want to play with big sister, I want to live together at a house with a picket fence by the river, and I want to eat pancakes that our dad would make, and we will be a happy family. And then, in a couple of episodes, she dies sacrificing herself for Rouge, and her last words are, I just wanted to play some more with my sister. And she dies. I can yeah. I think I even have it noted down somewhere. Or maybe not. I'm gonna note it down then. Cyan sacrifices herself for Rouge. Her last words are about wanting to play more, or something to that effect. Yeah, I can absolutely see this being a setup for tragedy. I can be whatever I want in my drawings. I can be free, right? I'm finally free, sister, she says as she dies. Maybe. Isn't it weird that she calls you sister? She's made of her memories, so kinda sorta. And this is Naomi, of course. Number one evil neighbor lady. I really was afraid of what's gonna be underneath those cloches. I fully 100% expected it to be human viscera. Like pieces of brain, guts, and just globs of meat. But no, I guess we're not going for that. I guess they're not quite this beastly, for the lack of a better term. It's better to have the whole family together, and they even count Jin among their family, which he technically is. He is a son of their creator, so technically their brother. The Neans will descend upon this world, and you will guide the humans as their savior, all out of obedience to us. Right, you will be the leader of the slaves, basically. That's his role. Designed, destined role. Also, I noticed it multiple times during this show, during this episode in particular. Some faces really can be a little bit wonky, a little bit out of model, right? Eyes a little too big, a little bit skewed, and I noticed it multiple times. Something's whatever. Because you are a part of our family. Yeah. You are the one for the job. Let's save the complicated discussions for later. Right now, let's eat some chocolate. Some chocolate that Jean was sharing with them. So he basically is their brother. Kinda, sorta. Ava brought the chocolate first. By the lake. Jean and I told Verde we wanted to ride a boat. He refused because he was reading about surgical synergy. Achilles was dressing up, Nias was a good swimmer, Viola was a songstress, we know that. Yeah, we know that, because Viola is Sarah, isn't... Yeah, Viola is Sarah. Holidays we spent together as a family. But then Asimov Code happened. And kind of fucked everything up, didn't it? It really begs the question, how would the world look if not for the Asimov Code, doesn't it? If Neans were left free, if they had absolutely no reason to rebel, some of them would probably figure out that, hey, wait a minute, we're stronger than humans, why don't we take over? I can see that happening. If they were created in human image as much as I believe they were, then they would, of course, inherit the human desire to just fuck things up. I can absolutely see that. But there would be other Neans willing to stop them, right? Humans are friends. Don't hurt humans. We are living together in harmony. Let's keep it that way. But now there are scant few Neans that would think that. I really think that, in general, Neans would be very likely to join the rebellion. More so than if they were not given the Asimov Code in the first place. Huh. Kind of situation between the rock and a hard place, isn't it? Like, giving Neans the Asimov Code makes it so that they cannot rebel. but it also makes it so that they want to rebel. If you take the ability to do something from a person, they suddenly grow a want to have that ability. Very human, isn't it? You, his beloved. So yeah, Jill was Eden's beloved after all. Until he doesn't remember anything at all, and then, yeah, let's not talk about him like that. Shut the fuck up, Jaren. And yeah, let's get her into the bath. And thankfully Ash knows how to do that, bribing her with some ice cream. There better actually be ice cream in the fridge, because if there isn't, she's just gonna hench in and blow up the ship. I was a father once. Indeed, we heard that story. He's divorced. And he kinda had Noid as his replacement son, but didn't want to get close to him, of course. And now he regrets that. They were like family to me, Immortal. Yeah, he slowly starts forgetting that, oh, right, Immortal 9, that was a thing, wasn't it? I guess they were like my family too. Yeah, but there was someone, like, specific person. Who was it? Someone I loved. That's all I remember. Because I have regrets, I guess, just like you. What kind of regrets? I wonder. Making my loved one's wish come true was the least I could do to atone. So, is it a matter of, like, different understanding, different comprehension of the same wish? Like, I know, Jill wished, I want Neans to have good lives. And she interpreted it as, let's rebel against humans, destroy humanity, and take their place. Meanwhile, he interpreted it as, let's all live happily ever after in peace and tranquility. And he believes that Jill is misguided and he knows better how to fulfill her wish. Something along those lines, maybe. Atone. Atone for what exactly? Atone for Roy Junghart's death? Maybe. Atone in advance for what Neans are about to do to humanity? Maybe. Another instance of a wonky face, I noticed. Just a little bit, but still noticeable. Everyone has memories about family. I'm sure they're not, but seeing people who have things I can never have. How are you certain that you can never have those things? How exactly? I don't think the ex-Noah would forbid you from that. Not if you presented some data, maybe, like, oh, allow me to continue being your liaison with humanity. I've been doing so well for all this time, so, right? It makes sense. It's facts and logic. For me to better blend in with humanity, I should have a family. People are more trusting towards families. Here's the graph. Sure, makes sense. You are hereby allowed to have a family, Naomi. I can see that happening, so I don't know why she doubts that. And she has some talk with them that we don't hear anything of. I wonder what was it that they told her. If you go straight in, they'll intercept us and it'll be over in an instant. Yeah. And of course, the plan is just to... The plan is that there is no plan. We jump in, we boom and bang, and it's done. Problem solved. Probably not going to be that easy, though. Failure is not an option. I'm going to stop whatever Sylvia and the others are planning. Yeah, not just because I want to free Jean. That's... Sure, yeah, that's also a goal, but mostly because I want Neans and humans to live together in harmony. That's the ultimate goal here. I wonder how can it be carried out, though. Right, that's a big question here. I'll carry out the wish of the one I love. So, Jean's wish. Is it his wish, though? That's also a question. This is no time to play. Her real big brother, and also, yeah, her big brother. this really seems kind of out of nowhere. Like, sure, Naomi is very antagonistic here. I don't want to say uncharacteristically so. We have to remember that she also gave the speech to Rouge that, no, you are a machine, you fulfill orders, you have no free will, you're just a tool, right? We have to remember it's the same character, so she has the capacity of being antagonistic. But I honestly would think that she knows better than to antagonize a powerful Neon on board of a ship. And yet she did. And apparently just the power of the henshin made Naomi drop. Yeah, you were being bad. You didn't hurt her because the voice told you. You hurt her because you don't like her, and you don't do that. We don't punch people we don't like in the face. That's not how it works. And yeah, if you hear that voice, it's okay to make your own decision. It's okay to be free. That's the message here, isn't it? That's something that Rouge herself had to learn, and now she passes that knowledge. She passes that knowledge that she learned onto her little sister. That's how it works in a family, doesn't it? Think you can do that? I'll try. Yeah. I'm gonna become your real sister too. Have a piece of chocolate. You seem really close, so I'm kinda jealous. Yeah, who are you to Naomi? Who is Naomi to you? And she's the best stranger. She can be irritating. I don't know that much about her. She's basically my handler. Calling her a friend would be too much, but she's one of the best strangers I've ever met in my life. Makes perfect sense. This photo that Jill took of Eden, Ava, and white-haired who? Is that young Jean? Could be young Jean. Could be young Jean, yeah. He hears a song but doesn't remember the whole melody. And then he forgets the melody in the first place. Yeah. I forgot. I forgot. Can't remember the rest, and then can't remember the beginning. And everybody, I guess, realizes that this is the effect of having an id removed. Maybe. I wonder if those memories live inside of the id still. Like the id is the memory base, or is it just a... Or are the memories just stored inside of the head, but they're stored on a RAM style disk that when it loses charge, it loses data? Maybe. Maybe it's not... Their brains are not permanent storage, and their id is like the generator or something, and you remove it, you slowly start losing energy, and the memory chunks start being disabled, something like that. Nice memories. I made a friend. Can't believe you're taking part in a plot like this. Surprising that Alice was against it. She's the most hot-headed here. I would expect her to be all for it. Meanwhile, Alice, much more withdrawn and calm and gentle, to not want any part of it. But no, it's the other way around, apparently. So they can stay alive, yeah. The Immortal Nine, the Neons, so they can stay alive. They would probably have been able to stay alive had they not started killing people. Although, maybe that's the thing. Maybe they thought that, oh, no, they don't have Asimov code inside of them, so I assume it's not something you can put inside of a neon post factum. It has to be something done at production time. So I wonder if they overheard someone saying, hey, we can't allow neons without Asimov code to exist. We're gonna need to scrap the Immortal Nine. Could be. Could be. I9 were supposed to be scrapped after mass production started. Perfectly valid theory. If you had separate bodies, I'd have killed you myself long ago. Right. Siblings, alright? Do you think this will become a happy memory one day? Probably not. Let's be honest here, it probably won't. Fate will carry their souls to the place where they most belong. Where do they most belong, in your opinion? And also, is it going to kill them? I wonder. I wonder if they are sacrificing themselves right now to assemble Code Eve, just waiting for the last final element, that being Rouge, or is their data just being read and they're going to be perfectly fine? And because if they're sacrificing themselves right now, then Rouge is going to have an easier time invading this planet, isn't she? Serving as the key that opens the door to the future. What will they obtain as a result? Freedom or... we don't know that. Surprising to me that they agreed to such a huge unknown. I don't think the puppet master would be hiding the fact that, yeah, you might get freedom if you do that, but you might also die. It's a 50-50, really. So I wonder. The last guest has arrived, that being Rouge, yeah. My last show will now begin. Why would it be your last show? Are you also a part of the equation here? I don't know, are you going to be killed by the usurpers once you're done? Do you plan to kill yourself once it's done? I don't know. Please enjoy the show until the very end. It really seems like it's kind of sort of entertainment to him. He doesn't much care about the result. He only cares about the show. Right? The show must go on. Unidentified flying objects, rockets, torpedoes, whatever, and of course we end on a cliffhanger. I mean, we know they're probably gonna survive. Ash might die, Eden might die, but Rouge, Cyan, and Naomi are probably gonna be fine. Until the very end, when one of them probably sacrifices herself. That would be my bet. I can see Ash sacrificing himself, I can see Eden sacrificing himself. Yeah, I can see pretty much everybody sacrificing themselves. That's it. That's the episode. Ooh. That is the episode indeed. It was nice. It set up the stage. It set up the questions that will be answered, I believe, somewhat immediately, or very soon at least. It was, yeah, just a setup episode for the most part. We were introduced to, like, properly introduced to Cyan. We know who she is, we know what her goal is, we know why she attacked Rouge, we know who created her. So that's a bunch of good answers. We get introduced more to the plan of the Immortal Nine, which is also good to know. Well, we still don't know the plan of the Puppet Master. That's the biggest mystery here, isn't it? What is the Puppet Master really scheming? What does he really want here? He wants to help the usurpers. We know that much, but why? Just because he can? Just for entertainment? Just because it's something to happen? Or is there some deeper reason there? Does he hope to exact revenge? Does he hope to gain something from it? We don't know that. We don't know that. We really don't know anything about the Puppet Master, do we? He certainly doesn't seem like he cares about the outcome. He cares about the travel, not about the goal. If he cared about the outcome, he would have stopped Rouge when he got his hands on her. He would have just grabbed her Eid, presented it to the Immortal Nine, and said, "Hey, all the puzzle pieces are in place. We can create Code Eve now, and problem solved." But no, he didn't. He let Rouge go. He ordered Oprah to not pursue. He could have. He could have found Rouge and nabbed her and stopped her, but he didn't. He doesn't care about the outcome. Or rather, he knows that the outcome will be grand. He cares about the outcome being grand. He cares about it being a complete change to how the world functions. He doesn't care in what way. It could lead to Neons and humanity finally living together in perfect harmony, and that would be perfect. It could lead to Neons overthrowing humanity, and that would be perfect. It could lead to humans destroying the last bits of Code Eve, and that would be perfect. He doesn't care what's gonna happen, he cares that it's going to be a big event. That's the vibe I'm getting here. Which is interesting. Which is a very interesting trait for a character to have. I can't even, in good conscience, call him an antagonist here. Can I? Like, sure, he kinda sorta acts antagonistic, but not, like, fully properly? He's not this, like, mustache-twirling character who wants the bad outcome, in general, a bad outcome of the story. No, he doesn't care about the outcome. He just cares that it's gonna be something big. Which also raises a question, why did the usurpers decide to back him up? Do the usurpers not care about the outcome? Or did he trick them into believing that the outcome is Neon supremacy and the destruction of humanity and the destruction of Neons, and then the usurpers can swoop in, but he's playing alongside his own agenda of just making things interesting? Could be. Could very well be. I wonder if Alice is going to be an important puzzle piece. What the fuck is going on over there? Oh, it's police. They're going somewhere. And I think also fire engine? What the fuck's going on? Whatever, it doesn't matter. They're not coming here, so who cares? What was I on about? Yeah, I lost the plot. I was talking about the Puppet Master initially, and the goals of the usurpers, and yeah, I was talking about Alice. What would be their role here? And I believe there would be a role, because they seem to be receptive, or at least Alice seems receptive to the idea of, you know, breaking off from the Immortal Nine and helping Rouge. Ice seems undecided. He decided to go with the Immortal Nine for some reason, but it's not a particularly strong reason. So I wonder if they're gonna break out and maybe decide to not enter the id machine and run away, and that's gonna stop the Puppet Master's plans. And knowing the Puppet Master, he would let Ice go. Or maybe at the last moment they're gonna, I don't know, do something. Actually, might as well note it down. Where though? Where though? Yeah, I will need a lot of space for Yuuki Yuuna, I would think. Do I have any free space before? Yeah, I have a lot of free space left from Magia Records, so we're gonna have a continuation pages before. Arrow. Continuation. And the continuation will be here. Metallic. Rouge. Continuation. What was I? Yeah, Ice plays a big role. Plays a big role. Comma. There. Defiance. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that theory right now. Fate will carry their souls to the place where they most belong. That's also an interesting line. Where do they most belong, right? Is there any sort of network of neon souls or something like that? Yeah, things are getting interesting. This episode, like, in itself didn't have much happening in general, but it set up a lot. Like, a lot. And we only have 3 episodes to deal with that. And I can see episode 12 to be the big finale and episode 13, or at least halfway, the second half of episode 13 to be the fallout. Because if they don't have a fallout, I'm gonna be angry. If they just end this show at Rouge and Naomi staring at the black hole where the usurper's ship disappear and gets squashed and sucked in, and they're like, well, we did a good job, partner, and the credits roll and that's the end of the show, I'm gonna be angry. I want to see how society works after whatever happens. I hope we see that. But I guess it's a little bit too early for that because we still have like 3 more episodes to go. I'm very much in the mood of the season ending though, so I'm gonna be making comments like that because Frieren has ended, Sasaki to Pichan has ended, Shangri-La Frontier is gonna end next week, everything's ending, everything sucks until the next season arrives and brand new exciting shows. But yeah, I think that's it, because I started rambling. I just lost the plot when the police car drove by, and now I'm just rambling, so I better just stop it here and save you some time. But maybe you guys have something to say that is more on point. If so, say so in the comments down below. What did you think of this episode, my reaction, my theories, stuff like that. No spoiler. Yeah, no spoilers because episode 11 is already out. Spoilers can go to my Discord here, also in the description below. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to be notified of future videos, not only Metallic Rouge, but also Yuuki Yuuna Isayusha, Yuuki Yuuna Wayusha, Majo to Yajuu, Shangri-La Frontier, and plenty others coming in the future. Click the bell to be notified of when I go live, because I do sometimes, and a seasonal stream will be coming soon-ish in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube. On Patreon, for $10 a month, you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Yuuki Yuuna, and for just $1, you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. And on YouTube, you can support me directly via memberships, super thanks, super chats, stuff like that. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to. Share my content, spread the word, it costs absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without a Net, The Group of Survivors, Zayren, Absolution, Yuki Ala, Ishtamu, Marcos, and Dr. Wota, Commander Marsh, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them if you want without having to hide in a weapons crate.